can't believe we were almost stuck with this. Hi, I'm Bryn, a BL enthusiast, and today we are going to be talking about the original KinnPorsche trailer made by Filmania. This trailer was made before COVID, and likely due to COVID, the project was moved from Filmania to Be On Cloud, who produced the internet-breaking drama KinnPorsche the Series that we all know and love so much. And let's just say that the 9-minute trailer that we got handed before this switch happened shows a very different version of the KinnPorsche drama. Pause! What the fuck is that? You mean to tell me they didn't even give him buttons to unbutton? So degenerate. Can you imagine if we were deprived of the look we got? In turn for this? I mean, seriously, this just gives so much more air to breathe. For the both of us. Obviously. And it's like, yeah, in the grand scheme of things, this isn't so important. I mean, it's just one outfit, right? All of the clothes are worse! Good. Bad. Good. Bad.
ชื่อคุณคิมกลับมาแล้วครับคุณคิมชอบทำให้พวกบริการคนหัวลุกไปหมด
Oh god, Kim looks like he has no chill. What the fuck have they done? The hair, the patterns, the style, the colors? I mean, what were they thinking? Was the wardrobe department on vacation for the filming of the entire trailer? Seriously, I didn't know it was possible to make Jeff Satur look like this. I mean, he looks like a grade A douche.
ชอบซีรีส์เป็นชีวิตจิตใจเราบริการเลยได้รับความบันเทิงเต็ม
I take everything back. Nothing is worse than Tankun. They literally took out everything that makes him cool. Beyond the angels fly away from here, from the stark cold hotel room. I feel so bad for him. Okay, so this was the first choice people were like legitimately upset about.
ไม่ต้องเป็นมันด้วยปะนอกจากฝีมือแล้วมันยังมีเบื้องหลังที่เกี่ยวข้องกับตระกูล
I mean, it's just because he's a dilf in this version, but you know. But in all seriousness, this actor has been in like so many BL dramas. And I know that's like a common thing for Thai BL actors is just to like be in every single drama ever. But seriously, so many. He was in Until We Meet Again, he was in Don't Say No, he was in Chains of Heart, he was in, but the worst offense of all of them? They didn't cast Baby Barcode.
ไอ้เช่เนี่ยต้องทำขนาดนี้เลยเหรอวะมึงก็ต้องทำขนาดนี้เลยเหรอ
Which, like, I know it's because he was a literal baby when they filmed this, because he was not even like 18 when they filmed the actual drama, but like, how could you have KinnPorsche without Baby Barcode?
กูบ่นไปงั้นแหละ
But like, I'm like, his little face. Can you imagine if Game, who's like the original actor for Porsche, had become like tied together with Jeff the way Barcode has? Like, I feel like that's just a parallel universe that I'm so glad I don't have to live in.
Game just isn't as baby as Barcode, and that's just the truth of the matter.
Alright, so consider what is supposed to be the same fight scene. Versus notice how the second one just seems so much more professional and action-packed and interesting and literally
so much better.
You would think that because Filmania had enough time to film a
9-minute trailer
that they would, you know, put some thought into it. I mean, they could have given us 2 minutes of good content, but instead they decided to give us 9 minutes of horrifically mediocre content. And if they had enough content to produce this
9-minute trailer.
then you would think that this would be their final cut. Their final cut. This was supposed to be the whole thing. And yet somehow, Beyond Cloud managed to produce something so aesthetically pleasing and interesting and good. And I mean, okay, the original was supposed to be a much darker take on the original KinnPorsche drama novel, Exhibit A.
ของเรา ตอนนี้ศัตรูเริ่มเคลื่อนไหว โอกาสของเรามาถึงแล้ว
ปัญหาเดียวของเราตอนนี้ คือบริการคนใหม่ของคุณชิน
Exhibit B. But then, like, the scene where Kinn comes to convince Porsche to be his bodyguard is like totally the opposite.
มึงต้องช่วยกูนะเว้ย
บ้านเนี่ยเป็นของกูแล้ว
มึงต้องการอะไร
มาเป็นบริการดให้กู
He just walks up like, bodyguard? Buddy, no. Buddy, put some effort into it.
มึงถูกออกไปดิจับกูทำเหี้ยอะไรเนี่ย เฮ้ย ได้ยินไหมเนี่ย
มึงจะมาเป็นบริการดให้กู หรือจะลงไปเป็นอาหารปลา
And then in like the actual real drama version, he kidnaps him, and that's supposed to convince him, and it does. So I don't know what that says, but to me this is just such a darker version. Am I wrong? All he did in the original trailer version was pop somebody in the back of the head and say, here's some papers. Buddy, that's not convincing anyone. Again, most fans agree that the Filmania version is supposed to be much truer to the original KinnPorsche novel, and it's supposed to be a lot darker, but like, I don't know that that's a good thing, first of all, and second of all, this one, it's just so much better. All this being said, this is just a trailer. A really, really long trailer, but things can change between trailer and actual production. So let's take a look at the original trailer by Beyond Cloud for the same drama, shall we? So first of all, I will point out it's literally a third of the length. It's only 3 minutes, so it's so much shorter, which is, by the way, 3 minutes.
A respectable amount of time for a trailer.
And also, just side note, there's no subtitles. Use your imagination. It doesn't matter. You've watched the drama, and also we just watched the same trailer, but worse.
ใครๆก็อยากให้กูตายทั้งนั้น
So, for the record, all of these shots ended up being in the actual drama. So, rather than trying to film things twice, they just did it right the first time. It's a miracle that Filmania ever got the rights to this show in the first place. I mean, seriously. Like, no sense of the plot at all at any point, but the quality is so much higher. It looks so much more interesting. It's so much prettier. The sets are fuller. The costumes are good. The hairstyles are good.
สายเอาตัวเข้าล่าทั้งทีเนี่ยมึงว่ามึงคุ้มยังวะกูไม่อยู่ข้างตระกูลหลัก
Another change between the two, that even though it's only 9 minutes of content versus like 14 hours or something ridiculous, is that you can tell it's a much softer show. There's a lot more focus on who the characters are as people and what makes them tick and their relationships with each other, not just the main couple, but who is Porsche to Tankun and who is Kim to Shay and all that. It's much more relationship and character focused versus just
Mafia, do things, fight things. Rah!
which was what Filmania was trying to do. And again, I don't think this is accurate to the novel, but it is accurate to the way that I would want the show to run, so I was pleased. There's just so much more peace and calm and...
It's still a mafia show.
But none of that was present in the Filmania trailer. And somehow they've managed to give us these seconds and glimpses of like who these characters are as people, even though the trailer is a third of the length. And again, my understanding is that the novel was a lot more focused on the dark aspects of the main couple's relationship, so that's a little yikes. So we should all thank Beyond Cloud, to be honest. I mean, in my opinion, I don't think KinnPorsche would have exploded the way it did if they hadn't changed. Crazy mafia-filled dramas they hold a place in the world, but I think what people wanted in this kind of a sphere is definitely something more like KinnPorsche, where the plot and the relationship is married much more closely. There are dark aspects, but there's also a lot of lighter aspects. There's a lot more relationship building and who these characters are to one another. I mean, even just when you watch the two trailers and you see that the way Porsche and Porsche interact, the difference between the two is astounding. I mean, there's so much more love and care put into the Porsche and Porsche relationship in the actual show compared to what we got in the original trailer. So I think that because the focus shift, it allowed people to appreciate the mafia aspects a whole lot more. And I think that's part of what made this blow up the way it did. So yeah, that being said, I do think it was a good change, but not everybody agrees with me. So if you disagree or you have an alternative opinion, I would love to hear it down in the comments. Start a war. Start a war, babe. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to subscribe with bell notifications so that you can tell when I upload a video or when I go live. If you liked the video, feel free to like it. And if you have something to start a war, leave a comment. Let's do battle. Also, the tea is that the author terminated the contract with Filmania, and then they didn't announce who was going to take it over for a while, and people were like really scared. And I'm like, bro, in hindsight, you should have been scared before that happened. Whew.